Okay,
we've been discussing film in the
1920s
1920s
and the 30s,
how
and
back
how back
then
then film categories,
as we know them
as we
today,
know them today,
had not
have
yet
not
been
yet been
established.
established.
We said
We
that,
said that
by today's standards,
standards,
many of the
many
films
of
of the
these
20s and
from
30s would be
20s
considered
would be considered hybrids.
That is
That
a
is a
mixture
mixture
of
of styles
wouldn't
that
exactly
wouldn't
fit into
exactly
any of today's
fit
categories.
into categories.
And in
And
that
that context,
today we're going
today
to
we are
talk
going to
about
talk
a
about
filmmaker
a
who
filmmaker who began
very
making
unique
very
films
unique
in the
film
late
in the
1920s.
1920s.
He was French,
He was a
and
French,
his name
and
was
his name was Jean Painlevé.
Jean
Jean Painlevé
was
was born in
1902.
1902.
He made his first
He
film in 1928. Now,
in a way,
Painlevé's
Painlevé's film
conformed
conformed to norms of the
20s and
20s.
30s.
That is, they didn't fit very
into
neatly
the categories we use to classify films today. That said, even by the standards of the 20s and 30s, Painlevé's films were a unique hybrid
of style.
He had a special
He
way
had a
of
special way of fusing, or some people might say confusing, science and fiction.
His films
His film
begin
begin
with
with that,
but then they become more and
more
more
fictional.
They
gradually add
and
more fictional elements.
In fact,
Painlevé
was known for saying
that science is fiction.
Painlevé
was a pioneer in
underwater
underwater filmmaking,
and a lot of his short films focus on the
aquatic
He liked
animals.
to show
He
small
liked to show small underwater creatures, displaying what
like
seemed
familiar
like
human
familiar human
characteristics.
characteristics.
What we think of as
What
unique
we to human.
He might take a
He might take
clip of a mollusk going up and down in the water and set it to music. To make it look as if the mollusks were dancing to the
like
music,
a
like a
human
that
being.
sort of thing.
That sort of thing.
But then
he suddenly changed the image or narration
to remind us how different the animals are, how unlike humans. He confused his audience in the way he portrayed
the animals in the film,
mixing up
our notions of the categories of the animals.
The films make us
The
a little
films make
uncomfortable
us
at times because we're uncertain about what we're seeing. It gives his films an uncanny feature. The familiar made unfamiliar. The normal made suspicious. He liked the unusual. In fact, one of his favorite sea animals was the seahorse, because with seahorses, it's the male that carries the eggs. And he thought that was great. His first and most celebrated underwater film is about the seahorse. Susan, you have a question?
You have a question? But underwater
filmmaking
wasn't that unusual, I mean,
weren't there other people
weren't
making movies
there
underwater?
making underwater?
Well, actually, it was pretty rare at the time. We are talking about the early 1930s
But
here.
what about Jacques Cousteau?
But,
Wasn't he like an innovator, with underwater photography too?
Jacques Cousteau.
Oh, Jacques Cousteau.
Well,
Painlevé and Cousteau did both swim underwater, and they were both innovators. So you're right in
but that's pretty much where the similarities end. First of all, Painlevé was about 20 years ahead of
Cousteau.
And
Cousteau's adventures were high-tech, with lots of fancy equipment, whereas Painlevé kind of patches the equipment together as he needed it. Cousteau usually filmed large animals, usually in the open sea, whereas Painlevé generally filmed smaller animals,
and he liked to film in shallow water.
In shallow water. What else?
Well, the main difference was that Cousteau
simply investigated and presented the facts. He didn't mix in fiction. He was a strict documentarist. He set the standard really for the nature documentary.
Painlevé,
on the other hand, as we said before, mixed in elements of fiction, and his films are much more artistic, incorporating music as an important element.
John,
you have a question?
Well, maybe I
shouldn't be asking this, but If Parlovey's film was so special, so good,
why haven't we ever heard of it? I mean,
ever heard of
everyone's heard of Jacques
I mean,
Cousteau.
everyone heard
Well,
of Jacques
that's a
Cousteau.
fair question. The short answer is
that
that Parlovey's style just
never caught
on
on
with the general public. I mean, it probably goes back, at least in part, to on with the general public. Parlovey's style just never caught on with the general public. I mean, it probably goes back, at least in part, to what we mentioned earlier, that the people didn't know what to make of his films, that they were confused by them. Whereas Cousteau's documentaries were very straightforward, met people's expectations more than Parlovey's film did. But your true film history is about what we know about them, and Parlovey is still highly respected in many circles.
Any student volunteers are you looking for?
I'm hoping to get 5 or 6.
Will there be some sort of training? So interested in volunteering for your archaeology project?
Okay,